Well, everybody loves clematis. They're the most glorious of the climbing vines, beautiful flowers. But there's been some developments. There are some newer varieties that seem to flower a bit longer. They won't be quite so difficult to grow as some of the early ones. So what I'm going to do in today's segment is actually talk about different places you can plant clematis and where they can just come out of nowhere and surprise you all through the growing season. Well, here am I in my backyard, and this is a lovely clematis, a double flowering, a light pink, two-tone pink with a beautiful center. And it's a slower growing one, and it's worked its way up this rose pillar, so much so, they're such successful climbers, it's right at the top here as well, in full flower up there. Now, the way clematises work, you can see right along there. There's the stem, and you see how it curls around? It touches something and it decides, I want to hook onto that, and it wraps itself around. It will climb up quite happily and look for the sun. To give us more depth through the summertime, I actually found this chap. This is a clematis called Happy Jack. Great name for a purple flowering clematis, or clematis, whatever you want to say. We know what you're talking about. This one flowers midsummer all the way to fall. So hopefully it's going to come up here and grow around this one. And so we'll have early flowers and then the midsummer to late. So this rose trellis will be covered in flowers all summer long. Fingers crossed. We shall see. Well, I have to clarify a point. Not all clematis are actually climbers. There are several ground ones, and here's a fine example, just starting to flower now. Gets about this high and it has flowers all over the place. It's a pretty little flower, comes out there, but doesn't do any climbing whatsoever, so you just use it like a garden perennial. Well, here you can see a most magnificent climbing hydrangea. It's grown incredibly well. In fact, it's given my clematis that we used to have here, well, it's still here, a bit of a tough time. It's still struggling. It's actually flowering a bit more on the other side. So to give this clematis a little bit more of a chance, I'm probably going to have to get in here and cut this right back a little bit, stick to those two panels, and give this panel for the clematis there. But, you know, when things are growing well, you're kind of reluctant to do that. But I think you need a bit of help, mate, don't you? Well, here's something completely new for me. Clematis as a container plant. Well, I got the inspiration from Ray Edison, who breeds these multi-blooming, constant blooming, smaller clematis. Hopefully should flower all summer long. He said, put them in a container like this and let it grow up. They're only about 4 feet tall, so it's going to work its way up to about this height, and hopefully we'll have flowers all summer long. I think I have 3 of them in here. Now, to overwinter them, that's a problem. He recommends digging them up and putting them in your garden. So I've got a little patch behind me where the soil is really, really good. It's easy to dig a hole. I will take the trellis off, I will dig the plants up and put them in there, and then next spring when they're shooting, I will put them back in this container. Piece of cake. Certainly easier than going to your local store and having to buy annuals, which is what we used to have in there. All right, planting clematis. I've got some tips around the back to show you how to plant a clematis successfully, so come with me. Yeah, don't mind the camera, Lily. You can see she's been digging. Look at her face. Look at that. She just came from, cost us a fortune at the groomer, and within hours, she's back to her normal self. Yep. Off she goes. How to plant a clematis? Well, you tend to plant them a little bit deeper than your regular shrubs. So this container's there. I would be quite happy to sink them down 2 or 3 inches deeper. I'm going to choose the shaded side to dig a nice deep hole for this clematis. So this soil is really good. So I can go down really deep. Oh, look at that. Now, getting towards the more nastier soil. So a little bit deeper. I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to hold the plant, tap the pot away, and the roots are all down here, which is great. So I'm going to see how far down that hole we go. I want to do minimum damage, and I want that plant to climb up with a rose. Next year I'll get rid of this little lattice. These clematis tend to die to the ground anyway and then reshoot up there. And I'm just going to flow some of this soil back down. It's very rich soil, so I'm not adding anything to it. You couldn't get a better soil. So there you go, just a little bit of mulch and some water, and it will be happy as a clam. As usual, if you've got any garden questions, I'm down at Greystone Gardens and we'll love to see you. Till then, see you soon.